Yo, damn. Yeah. Tell him 150, bro. She's struggling. All right. Peace. Trev, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing good, man. My shoulder feels a little messed up, but yeah, I got a little bit more energy tonight. Last night I was tired, man. And it's crazy because I be feeling like maybe people think I'm on something, but I don't really care what people think. I know I'm clean as a whistle. Actually, next month, no, April, March, April. Yeah, next month on the 17th. It's my third year um, sober. And what's funny about that is, um, dang, I was gonna say something. Oh, I feel like when you try explaining that to people, it makes you look guilty. But again, I'm very honest. I said it plenty. I said it a bunch of times on my live stream. I had a problem, and people who are sober are not afraid to admit they had a problem. So I got no shame in my game. My problem was a little different. I feel like I talk about this too much. Anyway, let's change the subject. I know you believe me, Trev, and it doesn't even matter. I'm not trying to sound rude, but appreciate you though, Trev, man. I was thinking about you, man. I even looked for your channel, Trev. I think a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, I gotta try to find Trev. But the problem is, your name is not searchable on YouTube. Enjoy your cooking, bro. If you're busy, it's okay. Like, if I go to YouTube right now, if I put, oh, I was putting OG Trev, but even if I put Trev, nothing's gonna pop up. I can't find your channel because you're not famous enough. You don't do enough YouTube. YouTube doesn't know you. Now, if I put Trucker Z, it pops up quick. If you put like famous people, I'm not saying I'm famous, but you know what I'm trying to say, Trev. Nah, but I be asking about you and I be thinking about you, Trev, for real, man, because you always show me, you know, a lot of love, bro. You're like a genuine follower. You're always giving me good advice, trying to steer me in the right direction. I don't know. I just get a good vibe from you, man. I got a lot of respect for you, bro. And then you disappear, and then I don't mind that you disappear. I just, want to make sure you're all right. That's all. Wow. Sorry about that, Trev. I lost my dog about a year and a half, maybe. I don't remember exactly how long, but it's not easy. I don't think I was the best dog owner. I don't think I was the best. feel like I'm not the best at nothing, man. I hate to sound negative. I made my daughter cry earlier. I don't want to say why. It wasn't. I wasn't being mean. She made a mistake, and I just told her, don't let it happen again. But I didn't say it with like an attitude and in a mean way. And she started crying. She wasn't crying. She was crying because she felt bad, though. It's hard to explain. I love her, though. Shangy girl, what's up? How you been? Long time no see. I think I remember you. I mean, I remember your name, but I'm trying to see if it's the girl that I remember that I'm visualizing. The Morena. Boricua, Morena, Dominicano, Colombiano. Let me check Shangy girl. Shangy. It might be somebody else because I've been mixing names. I can't find your Vigoda. Oh, Vigoda, I was looking for you, man. I left you a message in called his live stream yesterday. Our friend from New York. What's her name? 12 Vals. You gotta leave me a message, Vigoda, on one of my videos so I can find your channel. I don't know, Shangy, but I can't find you on YouTube over here either. You guys are making these things harder for me. I'm trying to remember if you're the right girl that I'm looking. Oh, maybe I spelled your name wrong because you're famous on YouTube. So when you're famous, you should pop up. GURL. Is that you? Yeah, I think I found you. Uh-oh. Don't tell me you're one of those channels that's hiding your face all the time, too. Why y'all be hiding like that? And then it makes me wonder if you're a Muslim, because they say the Muslims. Is that you? Oh, this is a different girl. See, I thought you were, I must have confused you for somebody else. That's you? 'Cause I know sometimes they have different people.
I'm fixing the lips. Like that. Not wasting my time.
Is that you, Shangy?
Multitasking.
Because sometimes people have different people on their live streams and their channel. I thought you were somebody else. I'm sorry. I remember your name, but for some reason, I'm trying to think of this other girl's name. It sounded familiar. Yeah, I found you. Vigoda, okay, I found you. I'm glad I found you because sometimes I like to see the faces to the names. Yeah, Val's pretty good, Trev. I mean, Valve is cool. Like I've been following Valve for a while. What's up, Big Easy? But I never made it to none of her live streams. And lately, I've been going over there, and it's like my new hangout spot. So you should see me over there, Trev. That's where I met Vigoda. But I want Vigoda to leave me a message on one of my videos so I can find his channel. Because I can't find him. Vigoda, if you could hear me, please go to one of my videos and leave me a message. You don't even have to watch the video. I don't really care. It's just I like to show show some support back. And like I always tell people, my channel is more for like fun and stuff. It's not even really about trying to grow. Yeah, if you leave me a message, then I could find your channel. Thank you, Vigoda. Appreciate that, man, because you've been coming over here chilling with me lately, and I just want to, show some. I mean, everybody's different. Some people don't really care about their YouTube channel. Those are what you call, genuine supporters. They come here just because they like, hanging out. They don't really care if you support them or not. I got some friends like that I support. Obviously we all have people on YouTube that we want to learn stuff from, but for the most of us, we're just all having fun on YouTube. We're not really teaching nobody nothing. I mean, I could teach us some things, but it might be some negative, illegal things, and we don't, I don't want to be teaching y'all that. No, I'm just joking. I got to be careful what I say in here, guys, because my daughter tells everybody about my YouTube channel. My youngest daughter, she tells I take my daughter to the mall, and she tells the employees at the stores. We were in Build-A-Bear the other day. She's always like, "Oh, my dad has a YouTube channel. Do you want to know?" And the lady's like, "Yeah, sure." And then she says the name of my YouTube channel. She tells her teachers, her principals, her classmates. So my daughter's making me famous. So sometimes I worry that like my daughter's teachers could be in the bushes listening to me or something, So I gotta keep the I got to keep my channel clean, is I guess what I'm trying to say. No, Shangy girl, I thought you were somebody else. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't who I thought it was, because I remembered your name, but I couldn't remember your face. But the face that I was expecting belonged to somebody else. Shangy girl, don't listen to me. I'm local. It's 2025. I'm always showing my face because I have confidence already showing my face. I'm starting to lose confidence because I've been gaining weight and I got a big fat face. And I'm the type of person, when I gain weight, it goes straight to my face. I was telling some friends this the other day. You got some fat people who have skinny faces. And then if you see them in the car, you see them driving in the car, they look like they're skinny. Then they get out the car, they look fat. Yeah, Big Chief don't love me no more, Trev. It's all right. I got respect for him. I got no problems with him. I got no problems for nobody. Don't do drama. I had a few people try to get tough with me on YouTube, and I'm like, I just ignore it. I don't have time for that. Yeah, that's where I met her, actually, Trev. I met her at Big Chief. Yeah, she's pretty cool, man. Congratulations, Trev. Yeah, I'm sorry about your dogs. Can you drop a link to do the live chat? You want to come on the panel? I think that's what you mean. I could invite you guys if you want to come up. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but I'm going to drop it. Okay, I'm trying now. I don't know how to lay. If I lay it like this, my neck hurts, my shoulders hurt. I wish I had like a chair inside this room to get comfortable. Oh, that's okay, Trev. At least it's doing something for you, making you feel good. The cigarettes don't do nothing. Hope I didn't miss any comments, guys. Let's welcome up our Israel friend. What's
Good
up?
evening.
Hey,
Okay,
welcome to the panel.
thank you. You hear me correctly?
Yep, nice and clear.
Good. Well, what is the time where you are at?
It's 7:30 p.m.
Okay, in where I am, it's almost 1:30 in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah, you're lucky it's Friday tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm off until Monday.
Mm.
Oh, I just got your comment too. You left me a comment. Cool. Now I can find your
Yeah, I
channel.
don't listen. I don't have any videos in my channel. I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just, like to hop from place to place to
Oh,
talk
that's
and
good. Yeah, you're a genuine follower.
yeah.
Those are
Some
our
call me
favorite.
a troll, some call me a hopper, but whatever.
Yeah,
Eh.
you are our favorite kind of people because you're not here looking for nothing in return. You just want to keep yourself busy on YouTube. Following people.
Yes and no. Of course, you don't know
Me,
me, so you cannot say I'm your favorite of. But in any case, just saying, if you will hear a very hard alarm from my from me, and then I will or something, then don't panic, okay?
yeah,
Probably in another hour or two, maybe is going to be an alarm where I am.
yeah. But what
If
I
the,
mean by
if the
favorites, I don't mean you in particular. I mean like people who don't have channels that follow us. We appreciate them.
Why exactly?
Because we feel like not just you, but people who follow us that don't have no videos, we just feel like they're more genuine because some people, if you don't follow them on their channel, they don't follow you. Like you gotta watch my videos if you want me to watch your videos. But with you, we call you a genuine supporter. I mean, you're new, but that's how we see it. No, it's not Hippie or Jacob. This is a new guy. His name is Vigoda. He's
Yeah, of
from
course. Just saying that's my stage name here. It's not my real name or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's from
So,
Israel. So
yeah.
does that mean you're Jewish?
What do you think?
That means you're a rich guy.
Rich guy? I wish. I wish.
They they say all Jewish people are rich. That's not true.
What do you think?
I thought it was true.
I look like a leprechaun. Come on. Rich Alec. Yalla. I
I
look
know
like a rich guy
PH.
to you.
PH and Nori. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I'm just saying most people.
So who are you talking to?
No, I was talking
PH.
to the girl in the chat. She's
You
my
know what?
she's my ex she's my ex YouTube wife. We got divorced like a few months
YouTube
ago.
wife, huh? Your daughter
YouTube.
knows about that?
No, she was my YouTube wife only, not in real life, only in YouTube.
I know, but first of all, what the hell is that supposed to mean, YouTube wife?
She's my YouTube wife. That means on YouTube, we're wife, we have a relationship, a virtual relationship. You never had a virtual relationship?
Uh, Not like this.
Oh, because you can't. You only want the real relationship where you could touch them, right? And you want to hold them in your arms.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, the PH and Norway is a longtime friend of mine. How you doing, Cynthia? I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. She's a really good friend of mine's, though. She has a husband and kids. We just be having fun. That's all.
Okay.
Just joking
So,
around too much.
where are you at exactly in the USA? Remind me.
I live in Buffalo, New York. I'm about 6 hours from 12 Valves.
It's New York, huh?
Yeah, but it's
I
Buffalo,
don't
not New
know
York
where is the
City.
Buffalo stuff, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. It's not as many buildings. It's like houses, New York.
Okay.
Yeah, New York City is a big city. We call it the concrete jungle. That's what we call New York City, the concrete jungle, because everything is buildings and concrete, no grass, no backyards. I like Buffalo better because Buffalo is more simple, slow pace. We have backyards with grass and houses, and it's more slow. I don't like the big cities.
So it's a suburb, in other words. No?
Yeah, this is the Queen City. I mean, it's a city. New York City is the king city of the state of New York. Buffalo is the queen city. We're the second largest city in New York State. And yeah, I mean, it's a city, a lot of, but it's not like New York City, but it's not the suburbs. The suburbs is a little bit further. People with money live in the suburbs. I'm not, I don't, we're just like, regular people. I'm not poor. I'm not rich. I guess maybe I'm lower middle class. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm poor.
Yeah, bro. I'm also in on the middle class
Yeah.
in the end of the day.
Yeah. It's okay, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, you know what? Also, I will tell you a little bit where I live. I'm not going to tell you the name of the city, but I'm in the Gush Dan area in Israel.
Mm.
In other words, I'm in the area that I'm in one of the cities that surrounds Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's safe. It's safe over there.
Right now, yes, but like I told you, there is probably going to be an alarm somewhere, maybe tonight.
Oh, because
Yesterday,
because
because of
the
the missiles from Yemen.
oh wow, the missiles.
Yes, for example, if you want to give you an example, yesterday in 4 in the morning, we had here an alarm in all of the Gush Dan area and also in some of the Jerusalem area of missiles from Yemen, and more than 3 million people were awake and ran to shelters, including me. I had me and my roommates had to run to shelter in the inside the building, in the basement with most of the people in the building.
Wow, that sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, it's before the ceasefire, they will do it a few times a week. Of course, the USA is bombing them, so they would have less capability of doing it. And also, yes, and also today here in the late morning, we got some few missiles from Gaza.
Wow.
And some of them fell, and from what I know, one of those missiles fell in the city of Rishon LeZion, in the south of Gush Dan.
That's crazy, man. I hope they're gonna
Yeah,
end
I'm
it
not going to
soon.
tell you where I'm exactly in the Gush Dan area, but yeah, that's
Hopefully there
well.
could be
If you want
peace.
to, if you
There's a
want to be
lot.
what?
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, I
You
meant
know,
to say that I'm if I didn't say so, I live in Tel Aviv, but right now I'm in my mother's house. I'm staying there for the weekend, and of course I'm not going to tell you where that is. But again, like I said, it's in where Tel Aviv, in the cities that like I said to you, right now I'm excuse me, I'm a little bit sick under the weather.
bless you.
Yeah, I was choking, not choking, my throat is a little bit hurting right now. But in any case, like I said, I'm in one of the cities that next to Tel Aviv, that surrounds Tel Aviv overall.
So are you still active in the military or you retired?
I finished the military more than a decade ago.
A decade ago?
Yeah, people here do military in the age from the age of 18 to the age of 21. Of course, if you are a man. If you're a woman, you do it from 18 to 20.
Oh, you have to do it. You have no choice.
Yes, but of course, there's a lot of ways to get around that problem. If you are too poor, or there is some religious argument to that, or let's say or something else about maybe physical condition, then you can get out. You can not go to the army. There's a lot of ways to avoid it, but still, I've been to the army like the majority of Israelis.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, and of course, also my parents and my grandpa were in the military. Unlike them, I didn't see any action, unfortunately. What I can tell you, for example, is my grandpa, rest in peace. He was a fighter in the Yom Kippur in the 6-day war. He was fighting Jerusalem in the front to free Jerusalem from the Jordanians in that war.
Interesting. So that's in your
Yeah. Also,
DNA.
like I'm not going to tell you more about. I'm not going to tell you details of what my parents did, but they also saw action in daytime of service.
It's a crazy life out there, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of just hope. I just want everybody to be in peace. I don't know if that could happen one day. Hopefully.
One day, if you want all of humanity to be in peace, that's a nice fantasy, but it's not going to happen in our lifetime or in our children's or in our grandchildren's lifetime. It's not going to happen either.
So it all boils down to money, like money, or people want to take over the territory.
What do you mean money?
I mean, what's your? I know it's a long answer probably, and there's a lot I don't know, but most wars, is it
You
because of
asking about the conflict here?
Is it because the history people want retaliation, or is it because people want to be greedy and take over the new land?
You asking about the conflict here, or?
I mean, I guess, and yeah, the conflict there, yeah.
Okay, the conflict with the animals from Gaza here is about that they want to slaughter us. That is what it's about. And we had enough of what they did to us, and we have enough of them, especially after what they did.
I understand.
After they did to the 7th of October, and what they did to the hostages, look what they did to Eli. Look what they did to Eli Sharabi, for example. You heard about that? Name's rings you a bell?
No.
He met with Donald Trump. He and another few of some of the hostages.
Wow.
Yeah, come on. You're supposed to, I think that if he met with your president, don't you? Come on.
Yeah, I don't really follow politics, and I don't watch the news no more. I just play on YouTube, and I'm working. Yeah.
Probably, maybe one of your people in the comments know who is Eli Sharabi is.
I'm not sure if they're listening. I think everybody's busy.
Yeah. And of course, let's not forget what they did to the Bibas family. Those animals.
Yeah.
You probably don't know them either, huh?
No, I don't remember that one either. How long ago was that?
The Bibas family is the family that were kidnapped to Gaza in the 7th of October by Gazan civilians, and they were unalived. The mother and the two babies that were kidnapped by the Hamas with their bare hands. That's the Bibas family. I can say, if you want me, you can put in the chat if a link to maybe not a link to how you say it. You can put a link to email, and I can send you a few I can send you pictures and stuff about that.
Yeah, that's sad to me. I don't like seeing those pictures.
No, we don't put pictures of their bodies, but we have pictures of the Gazan civilian kidnapping them. Unfortunately, the mother and the two baby kids that of the Bibas family.
Yeah, they're evil people.
And now we're going to give those animals what they deserve. In any case, let me tell you a private story. In the 7th of October, my cousin was in the south that day, in the Nova party. And she barely made it alive.
Wow.
Yes, we heard about all the family here got notice of that later, but still, my cousin almost ended up like like the women that were raped and unalived in the Nova party in that day. Ugh. She almost ended up like them.
Sad, man. I don't know,
In
man.
general, almost in the start of the war, they shot a lot of missiles into the Gush Dan area. Even one of the missiles that they shot from Gaza to us landed 5 minutes from my parents' house. Honestly,
Wow.
yeah, I have a lot of stuff to tell about that stuff if you want to hear, especially my personal story. But if you want to hear, if you
Yeah, I don't mind listening. You know, it's reality. You know, a lot of people are living. Um, you know, a lot of people we hear about it, but when you hear about it from somebody directly, like you, it gives it more like credence and more. You know, it's more like how do I say it? Like it makes it more. You know, more like stronger. You know, to hear it directly. Serious. You know, it's more
yeah.
serious.
But in the end of the day, I live in the Gush Dan area, in the center of the state, not in the south. But of course, in the end of the day, if you drive a car in the 90 kilometer for an hour from the south, from the villages that were attacked by the Gazans, if you don't have any traffics, you can get to where I am in around 2 hours drive.
Wow.
I don't. It's not well. It's far. If you think about it, but still. Well, actually, in your standard, it's not far, but never mind that. Yeah, literally, you can if you drive, if you take a bus from, if you drive a car from Gaza, and you don't the highway, and you don't have any traffic or nothing, and you drive 90 kilometers per hour, you can literally get to my house in 2 hours and literally grab me.
Yeah, that's close. It's
Like
dangerous.
the scumbags did to the people in the south.
And you have to stay there. You can't leave, or you don't care.
First of all, it's my home. I'm not leaving my home. And second of all, I'm not going to leave my parents behind.
Yeah, I understand.
What do you think? Okay, and that's bring us to the 7th of October itself. In that day, a lot of people were shocked.
Yeah, I've
A lot
seen
of
some
were
of the
in
stories.
pain, in trauma, and we are still are in some degree. Especially what we saw they did to the Bibas family, and what we saw they did to Eli Sharabi.
Mm.
Yes, Eli Sharabi. You know what? Go check his name in the internet. You're supposed to know him. He visited Trump. He talked in the UN Council, in the Security Council in the UN. Come on, he's supposed to be a celebrity even in the USA.
Yeah, like I said, I don't watch the news, and I don't. I'm not really in. You know, I haven't been following none of that. I don't have no cable in my truck. I'm always in my truck driving trucks.
Okay, say, do you familiar with the word mamad?
Nope.
Okay. Mamad is short for Merchav Mugan, or in English, safe space or safe room. This is a safe room that every Israeli have in a modern house. And when the war started, I stayed in my mother's house for more than a month to make sure that the mamad that we have in our house is prepared in case
Wow.
that they will invade our house. Okay, in the start of the war, we were afraid that there is going to be also an invasion, like they did from Gaza. They are going to do an invasion from Judea and Samaria. Okay,
Wow.
so we spent more than a month preparing and getting water supply, food supply, getting sandbags in a case that they will try to smoke us out of the mamad, the safe room. It's a special safe room that's supposed to protect you from missiles, from rockets, if a rockets hit your home. Okay, it has a special concrete walls, special how you say it, a window that you can close with iron covering, and of course a special door that you can lock.
We call that's like a bunker, right? That's what we call a bunker.
It's not a bunker. It's similar to a bunker, but it's not usually a lot of time it's in a basement, but also a lot of time it's not in a basement.
I see.
Most of the time it's function like a normal room, but of course if there is a missile, you go to it, you close it, and you wait until the alarm stops, and then you wait another 10 minutes, and then you can come out.
So that sounds expensive. They got to be expensive to make it.
That room actually, well, yeah, you can say it's expensive in some degree, but every modern house in Israel, almost every modern house in Israel have it.
Yeah, because you're in the Middle East with all those terrorists. They need it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that room is also, let's say it like this: a lot of people that were in the south that day, that the Hamas invaded their villages, hide in those rooms, and a lot of the people, from what I know, if not most of the people that survived the 7th of October in their villages managed to hold up in the mamad and close it from the inside. Of course, it's not supposed to protect you from ground invasion, so unfortunately, it's problematic to lock it from the inside. So, but still, the people that managed to do it, they managed to lock it from the outside. The majority of them survived. Of course, there were people that played dead in the 7th of October in the villages, or just managed to run away or hide.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately, but unfortunately, there were also people that were, for example, in the Nova party, like my cousin, that didn't have a mad or place to run to exactly. They were in open play. They were in an open field.
Jeez.
And one of every 4 people that passed away in the 7th of October was in the Nova party.
How many people passed away?
In terms of civilians alone, 1,000 people and 300. And if you count policemen, army soldiers, and paramedics, the number is above 1,500.
Wow.
Yeah. And unfortunately, if you also count the hostages that died in captivity, then the number also will go up. A lot of up. Yeah.
So much sad. So much sad. There's so many people suffering everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
did you
not
know
everywhere, specifically here.
The word Boricua? What does Boricua mean?
Boricua?
Boricua. Does it sound familiar?
No. What is it?
Oh, because I was watching a video the other day and they say the word Boricua in Hebrew means like brave or something like that. But maybe
Boricua?
Boricua, B-O-R I-Q.
Maybe you are saying it wrong or something. Maybe you are saying it wrong or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe the word changed. You know, sometimes when words are changed from a long time ago, or you know, when you take one word from a nationality, you know, from one country and you use it in a different country, sometimes they spell
maybe
it.
You said it. Yes, but listen, maybe you said it incorrectly or something. Boricua. Who told you that? Who told you that?
I seen a video the other day and it was about Puerto Rico. You know, I'm Puerto Rican, so my family's from the island of Puerto Rico.
Okay. Okay. So what people from Puerto Rico has to do with us?
They said that we call ourselves Boricuas, and the guy, I don't know if this is true. You know, you hear a lot of videos on YouTube or whatever. So Puerto Ricans, we call ourselves Boricuas, and then he said the origins of the word Boricua is from a Hebrew word that means brave or something like that. But maybe it wasn't true.
You know, maybe it's they twist some Hebrew word or something, and
Yeah.
you know.
If I find a video, I'll send it to you one day. You know, or save
Okay,
it.
no
Or next time
problem.
I go live, I'll bring it. I'll show the video on my phone. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, but there's a lot of information out there. I don't know what's true, what's a lie. I mean, that's not something somebody's gonna lie about, you know. But sometimes history, history. A lot of people have their own explanation. Sometimes, not everybody agrees with anything, right? Like you could ask 10 different people the same question, and you're gonna get 10 different answers. Sometimes, not all the time, but that's how it is sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Only math. Math is the only language that there's only one right answer. You can't change math.
Depends
You
who you
know?
ask.
Yeah. They say there's this rapper that he says men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. You know, it's true. A man could lie, a woman could lie, but the numbers they don't lie. Yeah. Okay.
True, in some degree.
Yeah.
In any case, besides the food that we stored in the mamad, in the water, and like I said, sandbags, we also managed to get hands on a knife and some army knife that the cousin gave me, and a hammer in case we literally prepared ourselves that the terrorists will get into the building and like they did to the people of the villages in the south, will slay everybody in the they slay people in their neighborhoods. In our case, they will slay people floor to floor in the building. So in case they will manage to break in through the door, then we like I said gotten ourselves an army knife and a hammer. And I literally before what I'm telling you now was before the IDF got into Gaza invade Gaza, put people in the ground in Gaza. Okay,
So
it
that
was
means,
before that.
I mean, it's
We
probably,
were thinking that we were thinking that when let's say it like this, we were thinking that the second that the IDF will literally invade Gaza to get the hostages and attack the Hamas, then probably the Arabs will, the Arabs that are living in Judea and Samaria, what people call Palestine, will probably invade all over Israel and especially the Gush Dan area. So we were literally preparing for this, and literally I was trying to so-called practice where to stab the terrorist in order to unalive him in case in case they will penetrate the door. Because if you don't, unalive him, if I will not be able to unalive him, then he will unalive me with his Kalashnikov. Ugh.
jeez.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
wish
lot,
I
man.
had a gun. Ugh.
You
Maybe
can't
you
have
can
no
give me
guns. No guns
borrow
are.
some guns from me.
You're not allowed to have guns.
I am allowed, but I don't. But I needed to get, insurance for the gun. I need to get how you say it? Not permission exactly, but I need to get, license.
Yeah, the permit.
Yeah, it's not like in here. It's not like in the USA that you can get guns like candy. It's not like in here. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably of course a lot of way more people did access to gun. Also, some people try to buy machetes in order to
Jeez.
protect themselves inside their safe room, inside their mamads in their houses. in general, when in the war started, a lot of people start to garrison food. And some jackets showed me picture of soldiers that were of Israeli soldiers that were slain in their beds in the 7th of October. A lot of sick stuff. A lot of pictures and photos of them kidnapping our women, kidnapping people from the street, from their houses, slaying people, raping our women, breaking their pelvises, and more.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I know. Not easy to hear. Look at the bright side. You at least are safe.
Do you know who Rabbi Shmuley is?
There's a lot of rubber. Excuse me. Excuse me for a second. My throat's a little bit hurt. The name sounds familiar. Why? Who is he?
He, you know, he is obviously a rabbi, Jewish rabbi. I mean, that's obvious. And he does a lot of wild things. He has an interview that maybe I want you to watch one day, if possible. It's about, there's this girl from over here. Her name is Candace Owens. And she had an interview where Rabbi Shmuley, you know, live, they did like a live stream and they were debating and they had this big argument and she called somebody can't think of the name. It was one of those, it's like saying a witch. You call a female a witch, but it is there's an old like word from a long time ago that people used to use. I can't think of the name right now, but
it's a slur.
What?
It's a curse word or a slur?
I'd say that one more time.
I'm asking if it's a curse word or a slur. The word that you are talking about.
No, it's not a bad word. It's maybe I could pull out. Let me see if I can find a short video of it because this is the long one. Rabbi Shmuley.
Okay, what is the if you, let's say it like this, what is the point that you are trying to get at?
He just does a lot of wild things and he's not acting. There's a lot of Jewish people that are not happy with him, you know, because Jewish people, for the most people, are respectful. They have class. They, you know, they don't act wild. And he's a rabbi, but he's acting too wild. And a lot of the people don't like.
We don't act wild, huh? Come here and
I mean,
I beg the difference, my friend.
I don't know a lot of Jewish people. I don't know a lot of Jewish people, so I can't. I just thought I'm going to show you a short video of him. I don't know if this is the same, you know, the same interview, but I just want you to see who he is.
Is relevant to.
This is Candace Owens, Rabbi Shmuley, and then maybe you know the other guy from the news.
I think the question of holiness and what is holy is relevant to this discussion. I think this is a conversation that a lot of people are having as well. Look, prior to October 7th, I don't think many people were engaged with what is happening in Israel. You know, we kind of all said the same thing. Israel is our friend and ally. I count myself among those people. Post October 7th, the world, and especially I would say Zionists in media, were demanding that we all pay attention. And when we began to pay attention, we didn't like what we saw. You cannot tell me to ever feel comfortable with 18,000 children being ruthlessly murdered. You can't get me to feel comfortable as a Christian with the amount of
explosives. You don't need to show me this.
Dropped, tons of explosives dropped on Gaza, then were dropped in Hiroshima.
No, I know who she is. You can take it. You can take it off. I know who he is. I saw him.
Oh, you know her? You know who she is?
Yeah, she's a dumb
Yeah,
cunt.
yeah.
With all due respect.
He does.
She's
Yeah,
talking nonsense. First of all, the people that first of all, the numbers that she is getting is from the Hamas. Okay, remember that. So this it's like you will ask Al Qaeda to give you numbers on 9/11. Sounds reasonable, no? Or
yeah,
not? Okay, and second of all, the Hamas is using his population as human shield. Of course, the population is sympathize with him, the overall majority. Okay, and of course, if I didn't mention, took part the civilian population in Gaza took part in the 7th of October and more, but never mind that for now. We'll talk about that later. Okay, like I said, they are using the population as human shield, and when you are using population as human shield and fighting from the schools and and from where they live, then people from the population will die, unfortunately. Okay,
yes, sir.
and please don't call me sir. I don't like that, but never mind that.
Okay.
No, I don't like when people call me sir. I'm not your sir. What am I? A waiter? Sir, what do you want to eat
Call you,
today? Yalla.
what do you want me to
Ugh.
call you? Can I call you V?
Call me what? Call me buddy. Call me bro. Call me V. Call me what you want. I just
Okay.
don't like to be called sir because I worked a decade ago in a hotel and I still don't like it. And still, in the Hebrew language, sir is the word for sir is the same word for master. Okay, so don't call me sir and don't call me master.
No problem.
Here, and I don't call anyone, and I don't call sir to nobody.
What about a female? Can you call a female ma'am?
Yeah, what the
That's
hell is a mem? What mem is a mem? That's all. Mem, miss, whatever.
okay.
Yeah. Just like I said, sir in Hebrew, it's the same word for master.
Interesting.
Yeah. In general, you
Yes,
will not see people in the street calling people sir. You'll see calling them buddy,
you're
bro.
smart. You're a
If you
smart
call, if
man.
you see some,
I said you're intelligent.
thank you.
Yeah, I can learn a lot from you. Thank you.
What gave you just wondering, what gave you the idea that I'm intelligent? Just wondering.
That you're intelligent.
Yeah, what gives it up?
I, I just feel like you know a lot about history and what's going on with you sound like a knowledgeable person. Like everything that you were explaining about what's going on over there. To you, maybe it's normal because it's everyday life, but to me, it sounds like I was learning a lot. I didn't know nothing about any of that. So to me,
Okay.
it's all new. So I like learning. I like history. And when I was young, I didn't like history when I was in school. But now I like history. Like every night on my phone when I go to sleep, I put YouTube videos for ancient history and different countries. And now I'm gonna find something on Israel because this is what when I start talking to people from different countries, it kind of makes me want to learn more about their culture and their country. So maybe tonight, I'll find some history on Israel. And I know sometimes it's not all true. Everything you find on YouTube, you can't believe everything, but because you go to the comments section. Every time I watch a video on history, I go to the comment section, and then you have people disagreeing. But that's everywhere, right? Everybody has like almost a different opinion, and then people say that's not true. Some people say this is true, and then they say they twisted, and sometimes I don't know what to believe, to be honest. But I know with you, I feel like I could believe you because I'm hearing it, like we say, from the horse's mouth. What you're telling me, you actually live there, in Israel. So what you're explaining, I feel like it's 100% accurate. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Also, what I want to say, You asked me about about your celebrities. I want to ask you some about some people that are famous here, unfortunately.
Who?
Does the name Amit Sosna brings any bell to you?
No.
Not at all.
No. Are they politicians? Are they actors? Are they in the army? Who are they?
It's Amit Sosna it's a female.
Oh. What does she
It's
do?
an Israeli female that was 50 days in Gaza, and she was raped in Gaza in the
Wow.
tunnel, and she was tortured and almost executed. Her story is famous. She, of
Wow.
course, came back in the first ceasefire after around 50 days. They tortured her inside. They tortured her because they thought that she was a high-ranking female soldier.
Hmm.
Yeah. Luckily for her, one of the female soldiers that was in captivity with her in the time managed to save her by convincing the people that tortured her that she's not a soldier.
Wow.
That, by the way, that specific female soldier also managed to support emotionally to other people that were in their 60s that were also in captivity with her, and also that female soldier managed to monopolize, how you say it, manipulate her captives in some degree, and managed to get out of them some things that
Yeah.
that she in other people were needed, other hostages were need to have. That is what that specific female soldier did. She is also that specific female soldier actually came back a month ago, almost a month ago, in the second ceasefire that we had, like I said, a month ago. So maybe you saw her face at least.
So she's she's a soldier. She's an Israel female soldier.
I'm not talking right now about Amit Sosna. I'm talking about the soldier, the female soldier that saved her life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Amit Sosna is just a normal woman, a loyal woman that lived in one of the villages in the south. She was dragged out of her house, and she was paraded in chains in they put her in chains and paraded her in Gaza, in the streets of Gaza. And from her records, from what she told us, and from what a number of hostages told us, the population cursed and spit on them, and you had cases, for example, if you take the what Omer Shem Tov said, one of the male hostages, he told that some Gazan civilians literally had attacked him with some objects and throw stuff at him. Yes, a lot of the hostages were paraded in the streets of Gaza, and the Gazan civilians not only cheered for the terrorists in their hundreds and thousands, they also spit and attacked physically the hostages. And also, the terrorists a lot of times put the hostages, hide the hostages between the civilians and the Gaza, or even in some of their own families. Imagine that you have a terrorist, and he's put in a civilian with his family, and the family is not only the family sees the civilians that he's taking and abusing, they literally took part in the mental abusement. For example, one of the female soldiers that were kidnapped in the 7th of October told that the civilians that the terrorists that put them, let's say it like this, the civilians that were with them and the terrorists took part in the psychological abuse. They literally spit on their faces.
Damn.
Imagine that you're in a captivity and the terrorist point a gun at you and a child and you have next to that his wife and child, and they spit on your face and curse you. In general, if we talk, for example, the test that let's how is it? I can give you another name of a female woman that were abducted on the 7th of October named Mia Shem. She, for example, told that the terrorist that hold her in captivity, the reason that he didn't rape her when he was with her in the room is because his wife and son was in the next room, were next to them in the next room, and the letter and she told later that he brought his son to the room in order that his son will be able to pet her. You get it?
Wow.
Like a fucking petting zoo. And she also said later on that he also petted her, how you say it, not appropriately. So imagine that a woman, and she was bleeding from her arm.
And how old was the son? Do you know how old the son was?
I don't know. You were talking about a small child.
Wow.
But from what, but she told, can you research her names? I want you to see her picture.
Yeah, you gotta spell it. You gotta spell it for me in the chat room. I mean, in the
Mia Shem.
Yeah, but can you put it inside the in the chat?
I can put it in Hebrew, not in English. Not in English. You know what? Search Israeli hostages named Mia.
Okay. Israeli hostage. How do you spell her name?
I told you I know in Hebrew to spell her name, not in English. Try to spell yourself the name Mia.
Israeli hostage Mia. Let me see.
Shem. Our last name is Shem.
Israeli hostage interview. Israeli hostage interview. Maybe they're
Mia Shem. She's a female, so try to put that up.
Mia Shem. Yeah, I found her here.
Show the picture. Let's see if that is her.
Oh, it keeps changing. Oh, it's the one on the bottom.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her.
Yeah, she's young.
Yeah, that also when she was taken to Gaza, one of the terrorists did stuff on her upper body, and she got one of the terrorists shot her in the arm from point blank, and she also saw her friend being unalived.
What about this one? I think that's a different one. Wait.
There's a lot of hostages. What I'm telling you now is the big names.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch some of this later.
Yeah, you know what? Go watch Eli Sharabi. That's will very interest you. And unfortunately, there are still hostages there. There are 59 hostages. From them, only 24 are alive, or at least 24, or minimum 24 are alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world, man. We live in a crazy world, bro.
I live in a crazy world. You live in the comfortable USA. You're surrounded by two oceans that keep all the sickos off of you, and I'm surrounded by animals.
Yeah, sorry, man, but I mean it's true. But I feel like I don't know. Sometimes I hope it stays like this forever, but I don't know. I don't know.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
You want to see also the face and the name of the female soldier that saved Amit Sosna?
Yeah.
Okay, like I told you, that female soldier also managed to manipulate their captives, and like I said, she managed to give emotional support two people in their 60s that were also in their captivity with her. And she's only, in that time, she was only 18. And her name, yeah, and the name of the female soldier is the name of the female soldier is Liri Elbag. If you want to research her,
Yeah, I don't know how to spell that.
right? Liri.
Hold up. What's her name?
Her first name is Liri, and her last name is Elbag. Just write female Israeli soldier that was in captivity named Liri Elbag, and you will find her. She was taken as she was taken from a military from the Nahal Oz military base in the 7th of October. She saw most of her friends being slain by the Hamas.
Yeah, I can't find that one. I'm not spelling the name right, that's why. Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, I'm getting tired, man. I usually do my live streams shorter than this, but I was, entertained, so I stayed a little longer. Yeah. But yeah, man, next time I come up, if I have the laptop, I could, let you back up. When I'm in my truck, I don't have Wi-Fi, so I just do live streams from my phone. So I can't,
Are you in your truck? You're in your home, no? Not in
yeah,
your
I'm
truck.
home now, but I go back to work Monday, so when I'm in my truck, I only have my phone because I don't have no Wi-Fi for my laptop, so I can't bring nobody on the panel.
Well, if you want to talk, you have email?
Yeah.
You can send it to me in the private chat, and I can send you the names of the people that I mentioned.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you an email. I'll give you my email and in the message that I'll do it right here, right? I'll give you a private message. Give me 1 second. How do I do this?
Also, there was also a female soldier that didn't want to eat non-kosher meat in the captivity and try to celebrate religious holiday in the captivity. Also,
private message. You can put private message right here.
Where is that?
I put hi. You see where I put hi? Go to the private.
I see, buddy.
Yeah. Nobody can see that. Only me and you in private chat.
Yes, I know, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to put my email now.
No problemo. Also, just so you know, there is a living American hostage that is still in captivity.
Jesus.
Yeah, some kid from New Jersey.
New Jersey, that's one state next to New York. Driving maybe like 6 hours from here. I don't know. What do you think about President Trump?
Unfortunately, this kid was taken as a soldier, and from what I know, him and the other soldiers let's say it like this, this kid and the other soldier that is in captivity are unfortunately being questioned and tortured around the clock, according to what the hostages told.
Damn.
Unfortunately. Actually, in general, besides him, there is another 4 not living hostages 4 corpses of hostages, you can say, unfortunately. Yeah. Fortunately. In general, also in this ceasefire, was one of the hostages, at least that was freed, was American. I think his name was Keith something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna end now, buddy.
Yeah. See ya. Ciao.
All right. I'm gonna get some sleep. Take care, man.